Welcome into the Film Buffa podcast, mounted version. Thanks to a lovely reader who will go nameless. Not in my head, she won't. Readers watch these things and they listen to me. Readers, watchers, listeners, whatever we're dealing with. They watch this thing, and I've been like this. I've been like a little indie director holding the camera. Hey, everybody, I'm in the middle of a parking lot. So she was like, I'm going to get you a mount. So there it is, hands-free. We're live from the High Point parking lot. Oh, yeah, baby. High Point Burgers, man. You eat one of those, and it's instant happiness. That's a free ad. I wish they would pay for the sponsor of this. If I could just say, Film Buffa Podcast, Buffa's Buffet, brought to you by High Point. Reach for the high burger. So, today, and of course, if you haven't noticed by then, if you don't understand by now, I'm Dan Buffa, and I've been writing and talking about movies and sports on the internet for about 14, 15 years, long time. Before that, I wrote long email blasts to my friends who probably didn't want that email. And then before that, I wrote for a very small newspaper called the Brentwood Eaglet, class of 52, 2001, so small. Anyway, today we're going to be reviewing Marty Supreme, the Timothy Chalamet. You got to say it like Adam Sandler ever since he did that at the Oscars. The boy wonder who everybody seems to be crazy about, and I just think he's okay. It's not like I don't like him. It's not a Tobey Maguire thing where I want to punch him in his face every time I see him. It's just what it is. Timothy Chalamet is a good actor. I'm not like a huge Dune fan. And Call Me By Your Name. And yes, he played Bob Dylan last year. And he did a good job singing the songs, but I just kind of saw Timothy Chalamet trying to play the music. And it isn't like he's not talented. Everybody loves this guy. I understand it. For me, it's just more of a, okay. But in Marty Supreme, he plays a young man with a dream that nobody respects. He wants to be the greatest ping pong player, and we're not talking about bink, boop, bink, what you do with your friends in the second floor of your house on a game night. We're talking about, yeah, 6 foot off the table, little bitty white ball flying around like a ray. So that's the ping pong that he wants to be good at. And he's going to stop at nothing to do that. And it's the whole movie directed by Josh Safdie, one half of the Uncut Gems brother duo. Benny Safdie spent his time in the last year directing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and the Smashing Machine. And, you kind of get an idea of which brother was more Uncut Gems and which one was not. And you get the idea that Josh, when you watch Marty Supreme and the pacing and how quick it moves and how it's just like, it's like a Red Bull of a movie. It doesn't really stop. It's adrenalized. It's energized. It moves along. And for a 2.5 hour movie, that's good. And we'll get to the pacing, whether there were issues or whether it was good in a few minutes. But yeah, Josh Safdie did it. He co-wrote it. And this is kind of his baby. He was like, I'm going to go make a ping pong movie with Timothy Chalamet. And the brother Benny was like, I'm going to go, try to win The Rock an Oscar. So we'll see which one does better. Review-wise, it's definitely Marty Supreme. It came out wide on Friday, and I think on Thursday, maybe on Christmas, it came out. So my review's a little bit late. Sorry, not sorry. I'm busy, man. But the basic review is that does this movie make me a Timothy Chalamet, a big fan? It makes me a bigger fan because this is a role that I think is his, and I think he plays it well. This guy is 120, 30 pounds soaking wet. He's a little tiny guy, and they give him the glasses, and they cut his hair, and they kind of make him look like a human pencil if it could play ping pong. He's just like, he's everywhere. He's here, he's there. He's dating in the movie Gwyneth Paltrow, who's kind of a fading actress that wants to get more, kind of one of those last big roles. And Marty kind of becomes infatuated with her. She becomes infatuated with him. Does he kind of use her a little bit? Kevin from Shark Tank is in this movie. The guy that says that's a no from me. He has a big role. I will spoil part of the movie. He paddles poor Timothy Chalamet on the ass with a paddle. So you're going to have to watch it to find out how that happens. But the movie is good. It's 2.5 hours. It runs quick. It does produce another Chalamet performance that I think movie fans are going to love. I was more impressed because unlike Dune, which was more interesting on the page than it was like him, this is him creating a character. This is him taking a character off the page, almost a lunatic type young man who just will stop at nothing. He will betray anybody. He will backstab people. He wants to take down the best ping pong player in the world. And again, folks, this is not like that Friday night game night. Bing, boom, man, this is full-fledged table tennis war. And so I liked it. I think Gwyneth Paltrow's kind of just as good. I think she's having a nice little late career swing. There's a little bit of heartbreak and desperation in her character because she's someone who is coming down from the stardom, and then she runs into this guy who is furiously going up, and he's not going to stop at anything until he gets it. And, you know, is it an outstanding movie? No. Was the 2.5 hours well-paced? Yes, which is not easy to do in a movie about ping pong. I don't think it's going to, you know, blow anybody away. I think it's going to get nominated for awards. People seem to like this. They like the director. They like Chalamet. They like Paltrow. It'll be easy to throw a, oh, that's a great one. I watched it a few weeks ago, and, you know, so sometimes movies come out and you watch them and then you have to review them a couple weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks later where you're like, what did I watch? But I was impressed by it. I was more impressed by the performances than the, you know, the hectic pacing, which wasn't bad, but man, if you're not ready for it, it will leave you by the wayside. It just keeps moving and moving and moving, and we keep watching Marty just try to climb and climb and climb, and you think he's gonna, it's not a rags to riches story. This is a guy who you're kind of gonna like and you're kind of gonna despise, and you're gonna watch Marty Supreme rise to the top. Or does he? Does he make it there? Does he not? Timothy Chalamet is sure rising to the top of everything, and I think he convinced me that there is a little greatness in him when it comes to my opinion of him. I think he's good. This is the first time where I've thought, okay, he can take a character, kind of almost a ping pong playing psycho, and just make it his own. So that was impressive. How many out of 10 if we're going to do that? I hate giving grades to movies. It's hard to grade art. When I got on Rotten Tomatoes, where they give you the option to give it a grade, I was always like, I don't know, B, B+, A-, C+, C-, F. So I don't know. I think it's a solid B to B+. The performances take it up. I think it's worth a watch. I don't think you got to run out and see it right now. Like, I'm not going to get out of my truck and go run to the theater behind me and go watch it. I'm like, oh, whoa, let's take it easy. But if you are a ping pong fanatic, this is your movie. If you ever wanted to be, you know, totally dialed into a movie about ping pong, this might be your movie. But in the end, I think it's a pretty good movie. I think it proves to me that Chalamet can do something without source material and really make it his own. Because he's been in a lot of movies where there's source material. But this one, he has to build on the own. He has to build it off the runway that the writer-director gave him. So, Marty Supreme, thumbs up. I wouldn't go, whoa, you know, and not going to do the Joaquin Phoenix. It's a good thumbs up. But, again, I'm still not blown away by Chalamet. All right, folks, have a good day. It's Sunday, the holiday weekend. We're in that ghostly week between Christmas and New Year's where you're off work, you forget if you're working, you forget, should I be at work? I'm working 2 jobs. I'm plumbing supply delivery by day, Uber by night, Uber by day. Got to make that money, man. I don't have that Chalamet money. I wish I did. Until next time, read the material on the site, watch more videos until you cannot take this face anymore, and then stop. You need to take breaks. You know, this is a 10-minute video. So take a break, watch a Gosling ad, and then come back and watch me, Dan Buffa, Buffa's Buffet. This has been the Film Buffa edition of that newsletter. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great day. Be nice to people out there. We're all fighting battles nobody knows about. And we all need a hug. I'll give you. All right, come here. Come here. Give me a. There we go. Okay, good stuff. I love you.